These etched honey jars look like something you could buy in a store, but they're actually really easy to make with your Cricut. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to size the design, create the stencil, apply the etching cream without leaking, and then get that clean frosted finish. Then all that's going to be left is to fill them with honey and they'll be ready for Rosh Hashanah. Let's get started. So the first thing we'll need, of course, is our honey jars. I got these off of Temu, but I'll link below Amazon as well. These particular ones have an attached honey dipper and a cork seal stopper that seals it really well. But the important thing is they must be glass. Etching won't work on plastic or anything else. The next thing is this alcohol pad, or you can use rubbing alcohol with a cloth just to remove any lint and make sure our stencil will stick well. And then for the stencil we need vinyl. Some people use stencil vinyl or removable vinyl, but I find regular permanent works just fine, and the color doesn't really matter because it's just being a stencil. So I'm using orange from Starcraft. Then we need some transfer tape, a weeding tool, a scraper which I forgot to show here, and Armour Etch is the etching cream that we're going to use together with a paintbrush to apply it. For the design, you can go to my website, scissorsandscraps.com. Make sure you check out my other Rosh Hashanah video of napkin holder place cards. But for now, let's go to design files, and here you can choose one of several options I created for this video. Obviously, they can be used for other things and not just etching. One of them is a free download, and the others cost $1.50, just a small amount to help support the channel and ensure that I can keep making videos. There's also a bundle where you can get all 6 for slightly cheaper. So I'm going to be using this one and go to cart. Make sure you check the box to receive emails with updates whenever there's a new video or new design files, and then you can check out. Okay, so we're in Design Space. Let's upload the 2 designs and add them to the canvas. And then to know how big we're going to make them, we're going to go ahead and measure the honey jars and see the sizes. So I'm just going to grab my tape measure, and the smaller one is about 7 centimeters wide by 6 centimeters high, and the larger one is 9.5 centimeters wide by about 8 centimeters high. Now I'm going to go ahead and find a hexagon and put in those sizes so that we have a sort of template so that we can then resize our designs within them. So this is going to be the small one. Let's make that 7 by 6 and hit the unlock button so that you can put in separate width and height and not just keep the ratio that was already there. The second one is going to be 9.5 by 8, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make them white so that it's easier for us to see the designs on top of them. And now we can go ahead and make that a little bit smaller to where I think it will fit nicely inside. We don't want it to take up all the space. You want it to be nicely centered inside our hexagon with a little bit of space around it. And there we go. That looks great. And now I'm going to attach the design to the hexagon to create our stencil. And that's it. We can go ahead and make it. Okay, and once the machine is done cutting, we can start weeding. So for the smaller one on the right, I've already removed the excess vinyl, and you can see that having that hexagon shape instead of just cutting out the design gives us the perfect amount of outline around our design so that we have a nice stencil shape. And this is also going to help us apply it to the hexagon and keep it centered in position where we want it. And now for weeding, we're going to weed out all the parts of the design. So as opposed to regular weeding where we want the design applied to our blank and we would weed around it, now we're creating a stencil for the etching cream to go inside of. So everywhere where you want the etching to be on your honey jar is what you're going to take out of the vinyl right now. Okay, now onto the second one. And exact same thing over here, just picking out all the bits of the actual design. Okay, and that's done. So now we can go ahead and get our honey jars and begin applying them. The first thing I'm going to do is just give a quick alcohol wipe to remove any smudges, fingerprints, any tiny bits of lint or dirt that would get in the way of our stencil, and then maybe make our etching messier. So just give both of them a quick wipe, and then it dries very quickly, so it'll be ready in a second to apply our vinyl. So now let's get the transfer tape and get that burnished well so that we can go ahead and stick it onto the honey jar. So now you can see how having that hexagon shape at the right size really makes it easy to apply onto the blank. And now here we want to burnish really well. Pay extra attention to all the inner edges around the design. We need them to be stuck really well because we're going to be applying etching cream, and we don't want any cream seeping under the vinyl. We want it to apply only in the exact spaces of the design. So all the edges need to be stuck really well. So I'm going to peel off the transfer tape and then go over with my finger all the edges of the text and the images just to make sure that they're all applied. If there are some bubbles elsewhere in the vinyl, that doesn't really matter because we're going to be peeling off this vinyl. So as long as the bubbles aren't at the edges where etching cream will be able to seep underneath, we don't have to worry too much about those. Okay, and that one's done, and we're going to do the exact same thing for the larger one. Again, making sure to just burnish really well all of the insides of the letters and the design so that the stencil has a very firm stick. And again, once I remove the transfer tape, I'm just going to go quickly around with my fingers to make sure that I didn't miss any edges. And now comes the fun part. We can bring in the Armour Etch and start applying that. So my jar is almost finished, and because it's been used a few times, it has these small hardened crystal bits inside of it. So if that's the case with yours as well, then you're going to want to make sure that none of those little crystals are sitting on an area of the design. So you'll see as I go along, if I find one of those, I just drag it over to the edge and leave it on top of the vinyl area like that, just so that they're not sitting on the design, because they can sometimes make the design a bit splotchy or not smooth, and we want the final result to be smooth and even the whole way along. So I'm just going to apply a layer of Armour Etch to the entire thing, and you want to make sure that every portion of the design is covered in a layer of cream. It doesn't have to be a super thick layer of cream, and you want to brush around with your paintbrush over it in a few directions just to make sure that it goes to all the edges and covers every single bit of the surface of the design. You do want to make sure that none of the cream gets outside of the edge of the stencil, because then you'll have a smudge on the glass where you don't want it. So make sure you wipe that off, and then you can go ahead and leave it. On the bottle it says something like about 3 minutes, but I just like to be extra sure and give it a bit of extra time. I set a timer for about 10 minutes, and then we do the exact same thing for the second one. So I'm just going to leave these here for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back to show you what we're going to do next. So now we just need to wash off all that cream, gentle rubbing motions under some water, and just keep going until all of the cream is completely off. It's going to look like nothing's there. It's going to look like you're seeing through the stencil completely clear glass when it's wet, but don't worry about it. Just keep washing until all of the cream is gone, and then once that's all gone, we can peel up the stencil, and it should peel up very easily. And then all the insides of the letters and shapes that are still on the glass, you can remove those as well, and then give it another quick rinse over just to make sure there's no residue left. And then once you've dried it off, then you'll really be able to see the etching. So quick dry with a towel and take a look at that. Perfect etching, and that is there to stay. It's actually etched out of the glass. It's not vinyl, and you can wash it and dry it and it won't wash off or anything like that. Here I'm just doing the second one, the larger one. Again, same thing, just rinse off all the Armour Etch, and here you have the second one. For another great idea for your Rosh Hashanah table, check out this video right here.